Okay, we're going to check the 3-1 skills practice. So, does everybody remember why 1 is not in standard form, or you cannot, it's not linear? Because you can't multiply the x and the y. So look at number 2. Is that going to be linear? Yes, because you can put it in standard form. So all you have to do is move the 3x to the left side. So that's going to be 3x plus y equals 2. Now it's in standard form. Okay, number 3. Is that a yes? Yes, it's a yes. So subtract y. 5x minus y equals negative 4. A cannot be what? Negative. A, you have to lead with a positive number. What is A? 5. What is B? Negative 1. What is C? Negative 4. Okay? Now, let's go back over that. Remember, this has a plus here, but it can be a plus or a minus. It can, this plus right there, because you could go plus a negative 1. Like that is. Because we could keep change and make that plus a negative 1. All right? 4. Is that linear? Hey, what form is that in that we learned yesterday? Yes, y equal mx plus b, which is called the slope-intercept form. I'm bad about saying the y form. The y-intercept form. It's the slope-intercept form. Okay? And so 2 would be the what? What's 2? The slope, and 5 is the y-intercept. But we need to move that over. So negative 2x plus y equals 5. You cannot lead with a negative. You cannot lead with a negative, so it's going to be 2x minus y equals, good. Is everybody good so far? Okay, number 5, is that in the slope-intercept form? Yes, there's one problem with it. It's just flipped, huh? So that would be 6x minus 7. That's 6x minus 7. Everybody gets that? You just flip it around, but the sign has to go with it. So 6x minus 7. So 6 is the slope, and negative 7 is the y-intercept. And that's what we need to learn how to graph in a little bit, or review it. Okay, so we're going to move the 6x over. Negative 6x plus y equal negative 7. Can't lead with a negative. 6x minus y equals 7. You just have to divide by negative 1. We good so far? No questions? Okay, on 8, all you have to do is subtract 3x from both sides. You get 2x plus 6y equals 2. Now, there's something wrong. What's wrong with it? You can reduce it. We can divide every term by 2. Remember, the common factor has to be 1. Well, the common factor is 2 here. So that's going to give you x plus 3y equals 1. You have to divide every term by 2. What's A? 1. What's B? 3. What's C? Okay, let's say it again. What's A? B? C? Good. Okay. No questions about this. On number 9, see, you're looking at this, and the common factor for 3, 2, and 4 is just 1. That's the only common factor they have. So you can't simplify that. Okay, so number 11, what's the x-intercept? 11. 4, 0, huh? Yeah, we already did 10 yesterday. Okay, and on y-intercept, 0, 4. True. Okay, number 12, x-intercept, 2, 0, and the y. Good. And we already did 13, 14, 15. Okay, on 17. Okay, I did not think of this until after got through doing it. You really could reduce that. What could we reduce that by? Or even negative 5, huh? Couldn't you divide by negative 5? And that, well, if you divide by negative 5, you're going to get y equals negative 2x. True? Now, if you didn't reduce it, that's okay. But that would make it easier. I want y'all to start looking for ways to, I say reduce, simplify. And so y is 0. So if y is 0, you just put 0 in for y, equals negative 2x, divide by negative 2, so x is 0. True? Okay. So 0, 0. Well, what do you think y is going to be over here? Doesn't have to be 0. But if you go put, let's use the 10x, because I doubt anybody reduced that, did you? Okay. So 10 times 0, you're putting 0 in for x, equals negative 5y. So y is 0. You divide by negative 5, you're going to get 0. The problem is how to graph it. Well, when I reduced it, look right there. When I reduced it, what did I get? Y equals, and why am I turning it around? To put it in slope-intercept form. When it's in slope-intercept form, guys, it's easy to graph. What is your y-intercept? 0. It's proportional. When it doesn't have a plus or minus, you know it's going to go through 0, 0, the origin. Now, the slope is what? What's the slope? Negative 2 is the slope. So we're going to put negative 2 over 1. Can y'all see that? We're going to put negative 2 over 1. So we're starting at this point. Guys, this is very, very important, what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to put my point right there. Remember, it's rise over run. So I'm going to do what? Run 1, down 2. Run 1, down 2. I like for you to have 3 points on there. Now, sometimes you can't, like on that, that's all that would fit. But, okay, you see how we got those? Now, go back to 0, 0. We already know there's going to be a negative slope, correct? It's going down, negative slope. So, since it's going down, guys, okay, I already know it's coming down. But go back to 0, 0. And I'm going to move the negative sign on the bottom. You can do that. So I'm going to run left 1, up 2. You need to be able to do that. You need to understand exactly what that means. Rise over run. If one of them's negative, the whole thing's negative. But you can move the negative sign either up or down. Okay, we have plenty of points. Okay, 18. Now, I know you didn't do that unless you came to cats, but, and I know you guys use this. Did anybody divide that by 2? See, if you divide all that by 2, you're going to get 2x equals y plus 3. Now, that's not any form, is it? It doesn't have to be in a form to do the x and y intercept. If you're using the x and y intercept to graph, it doesn't matter. We could have left it like that. You're still going to get it. So y is 0. Y is 0. So I'm going to put 2x equals 0 plus 3, or if you did 4x equals 2 times 0 plus 6. You're going to get the same thing we're getting. Okay? So if you did, I should have just worked it one way. Okay. You're going to get either 4x equals 6 or 2x equals 3. And so x equals what? 1.5 or 3/2. It doesn't matter. But really, to graph it, it's better that you go ahead and put in decimal. And now we're going to do the y-intercept. So x has to be 0. X is going to be 0. Did anybody, I know those that I helped at CATS did it this way, but did anybody reduce it? Okay, so I'm just going to do it this way. So 4 times 0 equals 2y plus 6. Now I'm solving C for y. So 0 equals 2y plus 6. You're going to subtract 6. So you're going to get negative 6 equals 2y. Divide by 2, negative 3 equals y. I don't know why I didn't write it down here. We have more room. So 1.5, 0. And then 0, negative 3. 1.5, 0. So you just have to go over 1 and then a half. And then, I moved my ID. Okay. How are we doing on this? I put this in algebra practice and look at your board. We're going to start with the back of the board. I've changed my mind. We're going. Well, I tell you what. Let's start with the graph. Look on the graph side. Okay, on the graph side, write this equation at the top. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. What form is this? Slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. So, what does the 3 represent? The y-intercept. So we're graphing this from this information. We're graphing from this information. So we're going to start at plus 3. So 0, 3. 0, 3. Now, the slope is negative 2. I'm going to put negative 2 over 1 because I need a rise and a run. I need a rise and a run. So, I'm going to run 1. I'm going to run 1 and then do what? Up or down? Y down? Negative 2. Okay? We're going to practice. We're going to practice. We could keep going on here. Go back to 0, 3. Go back to 0, 3. And we're going to switch the negative signs. Like I was just talking about. We're going to go -1, then up 2. So I put the negative sign on the bottom. Okay? And then you would graph. And I want to show you something. Just draw a little bit. Don't draw the line all the way. Hey, I have not told you guys this, but I thought about it yesterday. When you're making your points on your paper, if we're graphing, please make sure you have a sharpened pencil. And don't make, now see, I made that bigger than, but when you make a point, when you're doing on your pencil, graph paper, not the marker, just make a tiny dot. You do not need to make a huge dot. You need to make just a teeny tiny dot. And normally I tend to make them bigger just so y'all can see them. But I'll talk about it again when we start doing paper. Okay, I want to show you something. Oh, you're making it. Why is it? Why don't you have it? Well, erase it, because we're about to do that. Okay, so now we're going to go from this point to that point. We're going to just draw on there, rise over, do the rise over the run. So I'm going to go over how many? Nope. 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 -1. -1, thank you. And I'm going to go up 2. So M equals 2 over -1, which equals what? Negative. Guys, what is 2 divided by 1? Y'all scaring me here. 2 divided by 1 is 2, and it's going to be -2. Isn't that what we started off with? -2. Okay, I want you to see something. When you draw, go and draw this other triangle like that. Okay, do you see what happens with the triangles? How they make a triangle? And look, I want to do something else. I want to put that point up there at -2, 6, 7, I mean. -2, 7, put another point there. And we'll show you something. Now, we're going to draw, I want to go from this point. Well, no, I'm going to do the big point. Go from this point right here, the bottom, that's 1, 1. Go over, and then go up. Go over, and then go up. And hey, come down here, and I want to put, what would that be from this point to that point? -3, and going up would be what? 6. So M equals 6 over -3, which is also -2. Answer me this. Do you think I could do the rise over run on any line on this graph and it's still going to give me -2? Make any right triangle? Yes. It's going to have a slope of -2. Every right triangle that I could draw, if I just went down here and drew, it's going to have the same, God bless you, proportion. It's going to have the same proportion. It's going to be similar. So they're going to be proportional. The sides are, which gives you the slope. Okay? Erase it. We're not going to do that on every one. I just want to go over that. Okay? Y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Go graph it. Y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Where are you going to start? -2. On the y-axis, you're going to start at -2. Now the slope is 3/4. So we're going to what from that point? what I want you to do is go back to your original point, 0, -2, right here. And we're going to pretend we didn't have room on the graph. Because, guys, sometimes on paper, they won't give you but a little bitty graph, and you don't have room to do another one up here. So let's say you're at 0, -2. What would I do to get, what could I do if I'm out of room up here? I've already done that one. I want to come back here and do another point. Run how many? Yeah. Okay, but let's run first. Okay, so we're going to run what? -4 and then down 3. What did we just do? We put negative signs on both of those. -3 divided by -4 is 3 divided by 4. Negative divided by negative is positive. So instead of moving a negative sign down or up, we can, I hope you're listening, you can make both of them negative. You can make both of them negative. Okay, draw your line. And we're just going to practice just one more time on this. So we're going to go over, how many? 4, and up 3. And that's what our slope is, 3/4. Y-intercept is -2. Hey, look at this. Can we tell where our x-intercept is? Can we see where our x-intercept is on this graph? Hey, listen. Well, we don't know exactly where it is. I don't. Do you? No. So let's get our calculator. I'm going to show you something. And then we're going to see. Okay, go to y. I had to clear mine. What am I doing? Go to y equals. And we're going to put 3/4 x. So just put 3 divided by 4x minus 2. Now, go hit graph. Oh, we did clear it, so ours is, it should be zoomed, unless somebody cleared yours. Is it zoomed? It's not. So, hit trace and you can see real quick if it's zoomed. If you start seeing crazy decimals, okay, yours is good. Whose is not zoomed? Okay, so you know how to remember how to zoom it? Zoom, 8, enter. Now hit trace again. Okay, I'm looking. I've got mine on 0, -2. 0, -2. Well, make sure yours is on 0, -2. I can't get it to show on them. Okay. Well, I don't know what's wrong. Maybe there. Okay, 0, -2. If you hit the right arrow button, what are we hunting? The x-intercept. So y is going to be what? What's y going to be? 0. Did it just skip right over it? Yes, it did. Oops. Okay. So what I need us to do is we're going to go. This might be too hard. I wanted to do that. Okay. Go to the table. Hit second table. Graph in blue. We did that yesterday. We looked at the table. We'll hit second and then graph. Now, we're hunting for 0 in the y. And it skips right over it. Oh, there. It skips right over it. Okay, I want you to go to table set. Do you see where table set is? It's right by under window in blue. So hit second window. Now, Do you see mine starts at -1? That doesn't really matter. This is what matters. It's counting by 1 right now. Well, we zoomed it so it changed a little bit. But let's go down to table. We want to count by 0.5. So go down and put 0.5. Now go back to table, second table. We're still hunting for 0 in the Y. We still don't have 0, do we? Look, we don't have 0. It's right between there somewhere. So, hang on just a minute. Okay, we're gonna come back and do, let's do this on paper, and I'll give you another one that's a little bit easier. God bless you. So, come back to here. So, we can't find it on the graph, on the calculator. We can't find it. So, how are we going to do it? This is going to happen sometimes. So, what are we going to do? What did we do? What did you do on your paper from yesterday? To find we're finding the x-intercept. So what do we got to do? Put 0 for y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Come on. There's the people. So we're going to add 2. And then how do we eliminate the 3/4? Multiply by 4/3. So x equals, what's 4/3 times 2? So 8/3. Look, guys, just put 2 over 1. 8/3. Then you don't need a calculator. So 8/3, which is 2 point, what? Repeating 6. 2 point repeating 6 if we wanted to change it to a decimal. But now we know that that's where that x-intercept is. So the x-intercept is going to be 2 point repeating 6, or 8/3 is what I probably would put, and then 0. That happens sometimes. That's why you need to know how to do this way. Every once in a while, you're going to need to know that, how to find the x-intercept that way. Okay? All right? Right? Okay. Let's do, hang on. Just trying to make one that, okay, let's go ahead and do this one. So 2/3 x plus y equals 6. 2/3 x plus y equals 6. What's wrong with this? We can't graph it, can we? We can't graph it. Now look. Here's our option. If I need to graph it, here's my option. I can do what we learned yesterday. I can find the x and the y intercepts. I can set up an H chart, find the x and y intercepts, graph it that way. Or I can say, I think I can put that in slope-intercept form really quick. Like that. What can I do? Really quick to put it in slope-intercept form. Subtract 2/3 x. So all I have to do is subtract 2/3 x from both sides. So y equals negative 2/3 x plus 6. And then I'm ready to go graph it. Go graph it. No, not on calculator. On your paper. Okay, where are you starting? At point 6. Now I normally just put my negative sign out on the top, remember, but it can be either one. So you can run 3 down 2. Run 3 down 2. Or we could have, which I wrote in the middle of my graph, you could have done what? Left 3, up 2. You can move the negative sign on either one, but it's rise over run. Rise over run. Okay, now, draw your, well, I tell you what, don't draw your line. Go to your calculator. Clear the other one. Negative 2 divided by 3x plus 6. Go to the table. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Okay. We may need to go back and change. Yeah, go to table set. Okay. Mine says 19.5 because that's where I am. Okay. Well, it might. Hang on. I'm sorry. Go to, hey, hit second plus 712, enter. Let's start from scratch. Okay, go back to y equals, put that back in. Negative 2 divided by 3, x plus 6. Go back to table set. It should say 0, start at 0, table 1. Scale is 1. Okay, now go to your table. Go to your table. What do you see first thing? 0, 6 is what? your y-intercept, 0, 6. Now you're looking for 0 in the y column for the x-intercept. Rylan, you with me? Okay. So, hey, am I going to go up or down? Why? Because it goes 6, 5, 4. Y'all see? So we're going to go down. Now, so what is the y-intercept? X-intercept, x-intercept. 9, 9, 0. See, sometimes it's easy to find it on the table. I made one up that was easy. But sometimes it's not going to be easy. Okay? So you might have to resort to what we did on the last problem to find the x-intercept, if that's what they want. Okay? Does that make sense? I was trying to make up one that they all either crazy or they work out. So I'll have to think about that. All right. Let's do one more. 2/5 x minus y equals 10. Change it to slope-intercept form and then go graph it. Okay, so first you had to do what? You're going to subtract 2/5 x, huh? So negative y, because I'm graphing it. I'm not doing standard form. I'm trying to graph it. So y equals 2/5 x minus 10. So far so good? Y equals 2/5 x minus 10. Then, because you can't have negative y, God bless you, you're going to divide by negative 1. So you're going to start at negative 10. You're going to run what? Run 5 up 2. Run 5 up 2. It's a positive slope. Is your slope coming up? Yes, it should be. It should be. Okay, turn on the white side, the other side. As soon as we come back, we're going to do... So we had this problem right here. 1/2 x minus 3/4 y equals 1. We're putting it in standard form. So we multiplied every term by 4. We had to, just like if I was adding or subtracting, I get common denominator. So it's 4. So I multiply every term by 4 and get 2x minus 3y equals 4. Now it's in standard form. But if I wanted to graph it, I could go and put it in slope-intercept form. That's what we're doing now. So I'm going to subtract 2x. So negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 4. And now what? Negative 3. Divide every term by negative 3. So I'm going to get y equals 2/3 x. What? Minus 4/3. 4. Look, guys. You don't have to put it in a decimal form. Just 4 divided by negative 3. Negative 4/3. Okay. So, to graph this, that would be kind of hard, wouldn't it? To find negative minus 4/3. If you were going to graph it, it would be hard. But how could I, let's say that I want the x and y intercept. I want the x and y intercept. What am I going to do? What would you do at this point? Talk me through it. 2 things you can do. If I want the x and the y intercept, what can I do? I could go replace them with zeros. Right? I could go do that right now. I could go find my x-intercept by putting y for 0. Work that. And then put x for 0. True? That's one way I could do it. What's another way? What's the way that your teacher's going to do it first? I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to pick up the calculator. And I'm going to see if I can find it on the calculator first. That's the way I'm going to do it. Okay? So I'm going to pick up my calculator. I'm going to go to y equals. I'm going to type that little problem in there. Negative, oh wait. 2/3 x minus 4 divided by 3. I'm going to my table, and I find it right off the bat. Now, do I already know my y-intercept? Excuse me, we didn't even need to do the y-intercept. I already know the y-intercept, don't I? When it's in this form. What is it? -4/3. Right? I already know the y-intercept is -4/3. You see the 0? And they have it on -1 point repeating 3. So we already know the y-intercept. It's the x-intercept I need. What is the x-intercept? You see it? 2, 0 on your table. So I'm going to try the calculator first. Now, if it's in this form, that's my y-intercept. I'm good to go. But if they want the x-intercept, then I have to go to my table first. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to go put 0 in for y and solve for x. See? What you going to do? Okay. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Oh, wait, there's one more. Oh, yeah. Okay, erase that. We've got one more to do. On the white side of the board. What am I going to do? Times by 2. Okay, we could. If I'm trying to get in standard form, well, I could do, look, let's start over. I could do 2, and that gets rid of that 2, but does it get rid of that 3? No, then I have 2/3. So I end up with a fraction there. Okay, Richard is saying 6. Why is Richard saying 6? That would be the common denominator if I was adding or subtracting these. So I'm going to multiply every term by 6. Good, Richard. So I'm going to get what? What am I going to get when I multiply by 6? Huh? 12x? No, 2 goes into 2. 1 time, 2 goes to 6, 3. So 3x minus 2y. Good. Katie and I think of saying it, and who else? Braden. Okay. So, because look, I wrote it up there, but 3 goes into 3 1 time, that goes 2. So 2y equals 24. You have to multiply every term by 6. Every term by 6. Now, is that in standard form? Uh-huh. No fraction or decimal. There's no fraction or decimal. It doesn't lead with a negative. And what's the common factor for 3, 2, and 24? Isn't it just 1? The common factor is just 1, huh? Okay, that's all that. Okay. It's confusing, I know, because when I first look at it, I'll go, oh yeah, because 3 and 2 will go into 24, but 3 won't go into 2, 2 won't go into 3. Okay. Does everybody get that? You think? You think? Okay, good deal. All right.